In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the 7 steps required that will allow you to make an unlimited number of memes to help you with your social media marketing. In other videos within the group, these will be broken down in more detail. And in those details, there are actually more than 7 detailed videos, simply because in some steps, there's more options. You could do things one way or another. So, what are the 7 steps? As you're aware, if you use any of LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter in particular, there are always posts on those channels with this sort of type. And what I'm going to do is show you how you can create these, but also suggest to you that rather than you creating them as posts where they're just like inspirational quotes and things like that, you actually make them relevant to your business and of interest for your people that you are trying to reach as far as your business is concerned. So how do we start? Well, the first step is to actually create a list of topics. So think about your business and think about 4 main topics that you might want to talk about, such as, for me, I could do a list of posts about how to do email marketing, how to do video marketing, maybe why you want to do video marketing, how you can create social media posts, or things about search engine optimization. You get the idea. And then what I need to do is for each of those 4 topics, create a list of 26 points. Now, the reason why the numbers 4 and 26 are important are that there are obviously 5 days in the week. And if you do 4 with topics, and then as you see on the slide there, you do 1 that's to do with reviews, then you effectively have a set of posts that allow you to fill up the working week. Why 26? Well, that's half a year. And in this process, I will show you how you actually can create 2 posts, 2 types of posts for each item that you create. One is a still and one is a short video. So over the year, you can post half of them as the still and half of them as the video. Muddle them up so you're not posting stills all the time and videos all the time, but that will allow you to effectively create posts every day. If you are struggling to actually write out the list yourself of your own points, another place you can go to find them is just Google it. So just use Google to find a list of points about the topics you wanted to talk about. The other thing you need to do is find 26 positive comments or reviews about your service, because I said that the 5th set of posts will be positive feedback from your clients and people that have worked with you or used your services or products. So the next step is to go and find some images that relate to that, because people say that a picture paints 1,000 words. So if you have a picture in your meme that relates to the point you're making, it helps reinforce the message you're trying to get across. In fact, in some cases, actually, people will just look at the image. So where can you find these images? There are 3 main sources. One is to search for Google, but it's really important that if you're doing that, you make sure that you select images where you have a Creative Commons license, which allows you to use them for your own marketing. Otherwise, there's a risk that if they are copyrighted and owned and you use them without permission, then the image owner may come after you, ask you to take your post down, and potentially even try to sue you for using their materials. So people like Getty Images are very, very strong and protective of how they use of images. Another way is to go to a stock image library. There are lots out there that will allow you to download a number of royalty-free images. And finally, the other way to do it is actually take the picture yourself. Use your smartphone and just use that as a background. Step 3 is to find royalty-free audio files, because in the videos you want to have some audio in the background just playing as an extra dimension to it. Again, the best place to do that is to Google it, look for royalty-free audio libraries, and again we have a video in the sequence all about that. If you do those 3 steps as a kind of a batch piece of work up front, then that means that you have all the materials ready that you need to be able to create the memes, and you can then just go through the creation process when you have some time. So step 4 is to create your meme. Basically, we can use PowerPoint, and the videos that are in the sequence actually show you how to do this with PowerPoint. But basically, you put the image in, put a text box on top of the image with your text on it, and then you put your logo on it. Very, very simple. And then you save that image. What I recommend you do is save each slide you create as PowerPoint as a separate PowerPoint pack. The other thing to do is, once you get into the sequence of things, is actually do them in a batch. So again, so if you've got one ready, what you can do is then save the file as another to your next post, change the background image, change the text, and that's all you need to do. And it becomes a very, very quick process. Once you get into the swing of it, you can produce them every 2 or 3 minutes. It's really quite quick. Step 5 is to turn them into a video. And to do that, you use the animation functions within PowerPoint, as well as having the sound file linked into it. And the detailed how-to video goes through that in quite a lot of detail. Basically, once you get into it, I would just spend a little bit of time playing around with and finding what your brand looks like. Step 6 is scheduling your posts. Now, again, we've got some videos for that. There are 3 or 4 ways to do this. Mainly, so within sort of each of the main social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, have scheduling functions built into them now. LinkedIn doesn't appear to have that, so you either have to post it at the time, or you use one of the scheduling tools that are out there and available. 2 I know and have used regularly are Buffer and Hootsuite. Both of those have free versions, which have limited numbers of channels where you can post them, and then there's a paid version that gives you more options. And there are others out there as well. Finally, step 7, get people to comment on your posts. Now, the more interaction you can get with your posts, the more signals that gives to the social media channels that your posts are of interest, and therefore they will appear in more people's feeds. And so if you have friends, colleagues, etc., that you can that are willing to help you, you can ask them to sort of like or comment on them. The other thing you can do once you post them is kind of put a little comment below it, so sort of such as, this is what I was talking to you about, Martin, whoever Martin might be, and tag Martin in it, so he gets notification that he's there, and then hopefully he will like and share and comment on your post. So, and finally, just to prove that I do walk the walk, here's one I prepared earlier using this very mechanism. So I hope you found that useful as an overview of how to create the memes. And like I said, there are then a series of more detailed videos that have been shared in the group that explain in more detail how to do each of the steps.